since that Rodan and Mothra are not Godzilla movies, I decided to add them in. So, here we go. So first up is Rodan. Sorry for the headphones volume. I was turning something up. So, Rodan is a movie where a group of miners discover giant bugs and discover a giant dragon creature named Rodan. Sadly, the bugs were just food for him. But also, so the villain is a giant bug. But this was the first giant monster movie that had colors in it, and on 1958's Rodan, sorry, 1958's Rodan, it was pretty much has a bit of blue screen effects. I give Rodan 10 out of 10. So next movie we have is Mothra. So Mothra from 1961 is pretty much another giant monster movie. Ha, it's a joke. So a group of people try to kidnap two fairies, and then out hatches a baby caterpillar named Mothra. Well, Mothra is just a baby, but then all of a sudden starts killing innocent people because it doesn't know what it's doing. Baby animals don't know what they're doing either. But a couple minutes later in the movie, when it gets an hour long, it devours into a divine moth. But the villain is not even a giant monster. It's just this bad guy that kills security guards. I give Mothra 10 out of 10. So the next Godzilla movie is making you want to watch this movie so bad. King Kong vs. Godzilla. Toho's famous giant lizard, Godzilla versus Universal's famous giant ape, King Kong. It's a movie where Godzilla breaks out of his icy prison. For the last movie, Godzilla raids again, and then they find a different island that is not called Skull Island, called Memorial Island. I don't think I needed to see a giant octopus in this movie, but this movie is a pretty great monster battle, and King Kong gets stronger by lightning. Do you want to know why? Because Godzilla was supposed to be fighting a giant version of Frankenstein. Not the Frankenstein from Frankenstein vs. Baragon. I'm actually talking about Universal's famous human-made monster, Frankenstein. So, I give King Kong vs. Godzilla 10 out of 10. So the next Godzilla movie is called Mothra vs. Godzilla. The American name version of this movie is called Godzilla vs. The Thing. Weird. This was the fourth Godzilla movie, and then there's a giant egg that turns out to be Mothra, and then Godzilla appears by popping out of the sand. This is one of the weirdest Godzilla movies, because Mothra just tries to. Well, Mothra's not even a villain. Godzilla's not a villain. They just both don't understand each other. I give Mothra vs. Godzilla 9 out of 10. So the next movie is one of the most epic giant monster fights. Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. Now, Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster is where Godzilla, Rodan, and little Mothra are going to fight King Ghidorah. And also, in the movie, Godzilla and Rodan don't understand each other, but then they fight each other. I guess they want to play volleyball with the giant rock instead. So then Mothra tries to get him to stop fighting so they can fight King Ghidorah to save the world. I like the part where the fairies tell the humans on what the monster's saying. Mothra says, the three of us must fight together to fight this other third giant monster. And then Rodan says, but he'll just fly away. And then Godzilla agrees. Then he says, well, it's no reason for saving mankind. But then Mothra fights King Ghidorah herself and then loses, and then Rodan and Godzilla came to help. Sadly, this is where the series gets child-friendly. Godzilla is a hero, but the creator of Godzilla said that he's going to regret making Godzilla a hero. I give Ghidorah the three-headed monster 10 out of 10. So the next movie is another epic giant monster fight, and the movie's okay in my opinion. Invasion of Ashtro Monster. Sorry. The American name version of this movie is called Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. So, in the movie, aliens warn humans about King Ghidorah, but then the aliens lie, and then they were behind King Ghidorah this whole time. So then pretty much Godzilla and Rodan come to fight. I like this part when they are sitting down, and Godzilla's like, I don't know, Rodan, is there more life out there than fighting other monsters that we don't understand? Or what? Well, this movie is a bit okay in my opinion. I give Invasion of Ashtro Monster 8 out of 10. So the next movie is called Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. It's called Ebra Horror the Deep in America. Okay, Ebra's the name. So then, a group of people called the Red Baboon are making nuclear devices. And then all of a sudden, a giant crab-like creature named Ebra comes out of the sea and starts killing them. And then all of a sudden, the fight is not that good in the movie. And then Godzilla fights, I'd say, a giant bird. That only lasts for a minute. It's a good thing that Mothra comes to help. This movie is a bit okay. I call Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster 9 out of 10. So next Godzilla movie is called Son of Godzilla. Really? This movie is disappointing to older audience because it's a kids movie. I'm not going to judge on it. So then a group of scientists from the UN and come to Monster Island and then find a praying mantis that starts off human size and then becomes 25 feet. And then 4 of these giant praying mantises destroy an egg in that, and then out hatches a baby Godzilla. And his name is Manila. And so we know that Godzilla is a male, but it's pretty much, we know that Godzilla is a male. So is Godzilla's wife dead? Or, I heard that there used to be this species of birds that are extinct now. They lay eggs as males, and the females don't lay eggs. Is Godzilla one of those birds or what? And then in the end of the movie, they fight a giant-looking spider. Well, this is pretty weird for a giant monster movie. I give Son of Godzilla 6 out of 10. No, I mean 7 out of 10. So the next movie was supposed to be the last Godzilla movie, one of the most famous Godzilla movies, Destroy All Monsters. Now, Destroy All Monsters is where monsters live in harmony. I met giant monsters. Godzilla, Manila, Rodan, Anguirus, Mothra, Gorosaurus, the giant spider, Baragon, and I forgot the name of the flying lizard guy. So in the movie, a group of aliens come down to Earth and then hypnotize the monsters. Oh, and I forgot, Manda. They hypnotize the monsters, and then the monsters don't get hypnotized anymore, and then start fighting King Ghidorah. And then they hypnotize humans too. But pretty much, the astronauts defeated the aliens one time, and then the monsters don't get hypnotized anymore. Then the second time, the Earth is saved. And no more Godzilla movies. Final chapter, ? So I give Destroy All Monsters 10 out of 10.